to have me record. Here we go. So we're just starting our microbit unit. We've just talked as a group about what computers are, what coding means, and why it would be important. Right now in the chat, I am going to open it up to everyone to comment. And I would like you to write in there your ideas about what computers are, why coding is important, that one in particular. Everyone may go ahead and put something in the chat right now about computers, and we'll read those out. So I think I just said it for everyone publicly. Yeah, there we go. Coding uses languages like Python is one. Good song. Go ahead, guys, type in your ideas about why learning computer coding would be important for us for the future. I'm just not, oh, there it comes. Oh, there we go. It helps people with daily life. Coding is important because without codes, computers would not be able to do anything. You can make robots. You can hack, and hacking can be a good thing or a bad thing, but we've seen that even in our elections. People learning how to hack became important, and other people learning how to block that became important. Coding is important. Without it, we can't use computers. Coding is important to learn because coding makes life easier. A computer is a central processor chip that is the mastermind of a computer, meaning it allows us to do stuff we do in everyday life. We have computers that control the temperature in our houses, our phones, our watches, everything we do. If we could not code, we could not do anything. It can help us learn more about technology. Coding is a hacker. Coding is important because without that, factories can't work well. With robots, computers, and coding, factories are super fast. So even in production, I really like that point. Caitlin says in production, they use computers. It helps people with school. Jaden, you've said that enough. You don't need to say that anymore. Computers only do what they are told. Coding is helpful because if coding was not a thing, you could not research anything. A computer can use commands to do certain tasks. Coding is a language that people use. It helps robots functions. It's good for industry, connects us to the rest of the world. The truth is that we use computers to design clothing. We use computers to study how people spend their money. We use computers for medicine, for parts that people actually like electronic hearts and things that go into their bodies. We use it for health. We use it for education. Computers are really going to be a part of your future. And so it's kind of like saying, if you don't learn how to code, it would kind of like be living in a country where you didn't speak the language. And you guys don't want to be the kind of people who live in a country where you don't speak the language. Now, I can talk to this personally because yesterday, the kids will tell you, I took over from our student teacher, Ms. Watson, and I attended my first Minecraft club. How many of you have played Minecraft? Okay, so I go to Minecraft club and here I am, the teacher who always knows everything. And suddenly I felt like I was 2 years old. I couldn't do anything. My little character like walked along, fell in a puddle and died. It was pretty sad and lame. But here's what I told myself. I didn't tell myself I'm stupid, I can't do this. What I said to myself is, oh, this is going to be a big challenge for me. I wasn't raised speaking computer coding language. I don't speak the language and I'm a beginner and I'm going to have to learn the language. I'm going to have to learn how to do it. And you know who my teachers are going to be? You guys. You're going to help me learn how to do this because you were born in this country where this is the language you speak and you speak it better than I do. So we are all going to be learning together. Now, even yesterday on Minecraft, I learned that there are kind of two ways to play that. One way is just playing the game the way it's already coded. Another way, though, is that you can write your own code and create things in Minecraft. So in this class, we're going to learn how to do that a little bit. But for all of us, we're just going to start at the beginning with these very simple computer chips called Microbit. Micro what? So let me show you a little bit now about what a microbit is. So here is our little microbit. To fill you in on the history of this little device, somebody very smart had some thoughts about computers. Now, computers have come along in the last 20 years. They existed before then, but not that much. Like, honestly, when you talk to your parents when they were little kids, they probably weren't playing on computers unless we're really getting old, Ms. Nordstrom. And yeah. Anyway, when we were kids, there weren't computers, there weren't video machines, none of that existed. And these have come along, and unfortunately, when new technology comes, often it can be quite expensive. And so even though you guys have been raised in a situation where you had access to computers, a lot of people didn't for a long time. And at a certain point, some very smart people said, if we want kids to have a fair shot at life, we need to come up with a way to give them a very inexpensive computer that they can learn how to code. And so these guys in England decided that they were going to invent a computer that every kid in England could be given, that the government was going to give to every kid in England. And that was the beginning of the microbit. They also believed that some of these companies like Microsoft and Apple, they were making code and making computer things, but then they were trying to sell them. So everything was private and monetized, and everything costs money. So they wanted to do something called open source. How many of you have heard of that? So the idea behind open source is that you create a product and access to it. So there's a website that goes with this product, and it's all free. It's free to everybody. The product itself is not free in the United States, but in England, every kid gets one of these, and all of the websites to access all of the coding are free. So we can access the websites and everything, and Nike gave us a grant for all the cool little microbits. So thank you, Nike. Any Nike parents out there? Wave your hand if your parents work at Nike. Tell your parents thank you for the microbits. Nike also has been helping us with coding of these little microbits and with teaching the classes. So I'm going to show you the little video that the company that made microbits invented to introduce the microbit. If you're a kid who gets kicked out, or maybe even everybody for a minute, go ahead and turn off your screen so that we don't get kicked out when I share.
They turn off their screen.
And then mute your microphone for a second and watch this. If you do get kicked out, we are going to record this and then share it with you later.
You can come back.
Here we go. Introduction to microbit.
It's really simple to get started with the BBC Microbit. You need a microbit, a micro USB cable, and a computer. The microbit is a piece of hardware, a tiny pocket-sized computer. To make it work, you have to tell it what to do by writing a computer program. Programs are called software. The micro USB cable is used to transfer the program onto the microbit. Let's have a look at it. On one side of the microbit, you will see 25 LEDs arranged as a square to make a simple display. There are also two input buttons, button A and button B. On the other side, you will see a reset button and a small socket to plug in a battery pack. We explore the processor and other features in further videos in this series. The microbit can only do what you tell it to do, so the first thing you need to do is write a program. You can use different programming languages to do this. For example, MakeCode, which works as a block and text editor, or the Python text-based editor. For beginners, MakeCode is a good place to start. We've selected some simple projects to help you. Choose one to get started.
All right, and that video is just on the website that is associated with Microbits in England, and they have a lot of information on there. But the second website that I wanted to share with you is the one that we're going to be using, and here's your little bit of homework. You have two homework assignments on Canvas that have to do with microbits. The first one is Microbits 101, and it is for you to take a look at your microbit and to you're actually going to look online. The person in our district has made a website where you can drag all the labels to the parts of your microbit and learn what the parts are. The second assignment is one where you are actually going to take your bag, take everything out, and check that it's all there. Please do that carefully. Here's why. There are, like 60 of you. And if every one of you is really quick and says, oh my gosh, I'm missing this piece, and text it to Ms. Nordstrom and I, we're going to be running around like our heads are chopped off, trying to find all the pieces and driving all over Beaverton and delivering microbit pieces to you. And so please look carefully. These kits were put together carefully. Make sure that all the pieces are there. But if you really are missing a piece, we would like everyone to have the pieces by Friday. And so if you're really missing a piece, send an email to us as soon as possible so that we can work on getting you all the pieces, okay? I have a lot of pieces at my house that I can bring up.
How many pieces are there?
So when you are doing that assignment, you need to read the words on it. It lists all the pieces and you will check it there. So read the assignment. Okay, and your third piece of homework is that I want you to go to the website that I'm about to show you. It's called makecode.org. I want you to go to it on your Chromebook, and I want you to bookmark that website so that you'll be able to find it, because that's where we're going to be writing our code. So let me share my screen right now, and I will show you how to find that website. Boom. So you're going to go on your computer. You're going to go to a free spot, and you're going to type in makecode.org. Boom. And you're going to enter it. It's going to open up. When you're in there, you'll notice it has a lot of things, has Minecraft, has some other things. I want you to go to the one that says Learn More with Microbit. And then once you're on the makecode.microbit.org, I guess you could go there directly too. You're actually going to take, for me, this is how I always bookmark things, but you can bookmark it however you want. You're going to take it and drag it down onto your computer site so that you have it right there and you can go to it easily in the future. And all of your projects that you write will be saved on your computer. Also, while you're there, if you just felt interested in looking around at all of the very cool things, it's got tons of cool projects. It's got games, things you can make with the microbit. You know, it doesn't look like much, but you can play quite a few games on here. You can play rock, paper, scissors. You can make a love machine. Ooh, everybody say gross. You can make it into dice that you shake. You can play a little game with head guess, like heads up. You can do a coin flip with it. You can play hot potato with it. And then we are going to do all sorts of things. And then at the end of it, we are going to make our own little creatures that move with the microbit, because you guys have engines that will actually attach to it and make something move. So very exciting. Again, right now, before we leave, I'm going to type this into the chat window because this is the site I need you all to make sure that you know where it is and be able to get to. So this is called, here we go, Make Code. You can either go to makecode.org like that, or you can go to makecode, what was it, makecode.microbit.org. I think you can go to either one of these. Copy it right now, paste it into a new window on your Chromebook, bookmark that site so that you know where that site is. And good luck doing your 2 assignments. That's it for today. On Thursday, though, bring your kit, because on Thursday, we are going to start doing our first microbit project. All right, that is it for today. If you have a question, though, you can stay on and ask your question.
Make sure you get your 2 lessons done before Thursday.
Try to. Hi, Caitlin. What's your question, honey?
So we're not going to do anything with the microbits other than take them out and look for other parts until Thursday?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
All right. So make sure everybody has all the parts. Bruno, what's your question?
Bye. Bye.
Bruno, what's your question? No
So,
question.
I don't think I even have the microbit.
Well, we handed them out when your parents came to pick things up. Now, we told your parents to hide them from you. That's it.
I saw the respirator and those yesterday.
Yeah, but there's not like the microbit chip.
When you go through it, do the exercise, do the lesson, and then
Right.
send us a message if it's really missing. Okay, anybody
All
else?
right.
Any other questions? Otherwise, you guys can go. Go
Bye.
website, look around online at all the cool stuff you can do.
Bye.
Get excited.
We did not have the Zoom link.
Computers.
We did not have the Zoom link, so we weren't able to log on until now because it wasn't on the calendar. Is it possible to just go, I'm sorry to ask this, but is it possible to go over the lesson